Welcome in, everyone, to the penultimate round of West Coast Sim Racing's GR86 series, and tonight we're headed to one of the most demanding road courses on the schedule. It's the one, it's the only Virginia International Raceway. Welcome in, everybody. My name's Sean Stamp, producing, directing, commentating the show, doing it all down here behind the scenes. All eyes are on the championship picture because coming into the race tonight, it's going to be Andrew, Slater, and Stone. They've done it throughout the season, but if they're able to stay clean over these final two races, podium positions in the championships are guaranteed. Right now, the pressure isn't about how, excuse me, the question about the outright pace, but it's about discipline. It's about decision-making and avoiding penalties when it matters most. Before we cut live to virtual trackside action tonight, we'll take a look at some virtual points here heading into our penultimate round. Andrew Bound in the lead with the points by a little bit of a margin there over Slater Colby. Stone Colby, drivers second and third, separated just by one. Brandon Burt's P4 in the point standings. Nico Colby, Joe Rainey, Josh Hunter, Benjamin Forehand, and Dylan Baste running at the top 10. Ali Akse, Amethyst Reese, Marvin Samayoa, Jeremy Fletcher, Darren Colby, Igor Reitzkov, Colton Juarez, and Warren Johnson, our wonderful league owner, rounding at the top 18. As we cut now live to virtual trackside action, we'll take a look at our race information tonight from this wonderful 3.2 mile, 17 turn, you call it speedway up here from Virginia International Raceway. It's a great day for racing. Temperatures right around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 0% humidity up in the air, partly cloudy skies up above us, and 4 miles per hour, shoving us a little bit deeper off of the roller coaster section into our backs. Sitting out altitude of about 450 feet tonight, plenty of oxygen for these Toyota GR86 engines to work with. We'll take a look at our starting grid tonight, brought to you by Con Coaching. Make sure you hit up Zane if you're looking to find there just a little bit more time within sim racing world. It'll be Andrew Bound, our points leader, who slaps it out of the pole with a 202.783. Dylan Baste out of Skidmark Sim Racing, very, very fast in practice. He had the big suck pause down there in qualifying as well. He had that draft help. He'll start on the outside row. It'll be Benjamin Forehand, Stone Colby, Brandon Birch, Nico Colby, Marvin Samayoa, the Marvin Tater. He's back racing with us here tonight. Marvin, hopefully the move went well. I know MD down there in YouTube land was helping you out there. Slater Colby, Josh Hunter, Joe Rainey. That's the top 10. It's Andreas Rafana and Amethyst Reese running at the top 12. '13th through 21st looks a little like Ali Akse, Andrew, Jake Stickler, Igor Reitzkov. It's our league owner, Warren Johnson, Colton Juarez, Darren Colby, Glenn Bratton, Michael Tenegretta, and Jason Holcomb. Running at our 21, count 'em, 21 driver grid. So it's just a little bit short pace lap here tonight before that iRacing safety Porsche pace car makes his way onto the safety of pit lane. We see each and every single one of you down there in YouTube land. Hopefully you're all staying warm and ready for it. And it's just a crazy, crazy penultimate round tonight. If you're just now joining us, Andrew Bound, Slater Colby, and Stone Colby, they're all guaranteed spots if no penalties within these last two races. Right now, these drivers up on the front of the pack, it's Andrew Bound, Dylan Baste, getting ready to lock and load here from Virginia International Raceway. We have a 45-minute sprint, but as well as that competition caution at or around halfway through it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to get up, stand up for your life. Neither of you ever, trust me, promise me, you'll never give up that fight, as Andrew Bound's going to lead the pack here out of turn 17 as we'll snake our way down into turns 1 as well as up through roller coaster section. Thanks everybody for joining in tonight. My name's Sean Stam, live here on Stam Studio Network. Let's get to green flag racing here up in Virginia. It's Andrew Bound who's going to play the defensive line up there into turn 1, and then it's 2 to 3 wide. So back down to 2 wide, going up into turns 1 and 2 for the first time tonight. We'll make our way up and toward turn 3. That'll be NASCAR Bend. Still side by side from second on, third on, fourth on back. Look at Joe Rainey trying to make something make it happen, and that inside line. Still Andrew Bound there out up front leading this thing off. Whoa, no, no, no. That's going to be Slater Colby, who has contact here earlier on in the race. Just entrance going into turns 4 and 5. He's going to get that number 25 Apex Motor Club machine righted back the right way. Contacts there with Marvin Samayoa to open up our turn 4 and 5. We'll jump back out into the race lead and check out that race replay in a few moments' time. It's Andrew Bound, Dylan Based out of Skidmark Sim Racing, and Benjamin Forehand. That's the top 3. We'll make our way up and into the elevation here. We're running out of oxygen. Just kidding. It's only about 20 feet gain in elevation there for Dr. Andrew Bound. Going to try to start to stretch his legs up here in the front of the pack after you look at that rear bumper cam behind him. Dylan Bass still right up in with him. Within running P2, Benjamin Forehand, Stone Colby, and Brandon Birch. That's the top 5. It's a little 5-car breakaway up there, and then there's a slight gap there. Excuse me, that's going to be about of a 7-car breakaway, 8-car breakaway up between Nico Colby, Joe Rainey, and Josh Hunter. Then there's a start to get a little bit of a gap formed between Amethyst Reese running in P9, Jake Steckler P10. See all those drivers dipping the right rear off of the asphalt going up and into turns. That would be 15 and 16, then setting up 17. All you're trying to do is set up the next corner, making sure you have that immaculate run out there, because Virginia International Raceway, look at the map and the track map at the bottom right of your screen. There are so many straightaways to work with here. There's so much slipstream, there's so much draft, but as well as you have these technical portion of the corners as well as we make our way up and through turns 1, 2, headed back towards NASCAR Bend and through the into the snake section we go here. Already battles all throughout the racetrack. Second and third starting to heat up and broil there between Dylan Bass and Benjamin Forehand. Stone Colby, Brandon Birch, Nico Colby. Look at Joe Rainey. He's right now our third to highest positions gained there as Benjamin Forehand goes a little bit deep and into the corner there. He's going to slot his way back in front of, I believe that was Stone Colby's front bumper there, and that would be the final driver interview position. Let me know if everything's sounding A-OK down in YouTube land below. We got Moonlight Dancer, we got Terry as well joining us down there with us. 16 live viewers right now watching this immaculate West Coast Sim Racing GR86 League take on Virginia International Raceway. My name's Sean, Stam live here on Stam Studio Network, producing, directing, commentating the show. We got some really good battles up here between 4th, 5th, and 6th. It'll be Stone Colby, Brandon Birch, Nico Colby. Look at Joe Rainey. Looks like he got himself back off the plane and right back here behind the sim in time to take that Rainey Homes Racing number 17 Toyota GR86 down here and into the sim world of Virginia International Raceway. Of course, Joe Rainey and his son Joey competing at that Mazda MX-5 Cup opener out there, the World Center of Racing, which would be Daytona International Speedway Road Course. Almost saw the logo in the live broadcast there. Joe Rainey's keeping that logo a little bit more up in the 7th and 8th position, trying to run away from Josh Hunter there. Amethyst Reese P9, Jake Steckler P10, checking in here on P11 and 12 just briefly. It's Michael Tenegretta, Andreas Profana. It's a whole gaggle, it's a quagmire, it's a giggity of cars right here. 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, all separated by just a couple quarter of a seconds each. Andreas Profana will run his Toyota GR86 Dynaco machine off the race line. That'll really allow Warren Johnson, our wonderful league owner out here at West Coast Sim Racing, to close that gap going into turn 1. Let's hop on board at the 24 here. Appreciate it, Moonlight and Terry down in YouTube land letting me know it'll be Andreas Profana and Michael Tenegretta that were up in a battle of their own. But right now, Warren Johnson, he's got something a little bit better to say about it. Down and around the inside, contact there with AliXA and Andreas. They'll continue to run side by side. Now Andreas has the corner there, but not if AliXA has anything to say about it. Trying to set up that crossover once again. Not able to make it happen. We got one hard to the outside wall. I think that's going to be, oh no, it's Jason Holcomb involved. now that we have a brief moment to take a look at a couple race replays, here's a race replay at the drop of the green flag, and then we'll take a look and see what happened there to Jason. That's pretty much one of our only, we've had a couple off tracks here, but this one pretty much has been our only really hard contact out there since the drop of the green flag. It was 2 to 3 wide working its way into turn 1. There you see Andrew Bound quarter clear for the race lead, and then look, here's going to be some contact here with Marvin Samayo and Jake Steckler. Where does, excuse me, that's going to be Slater Colby. I'm not sure what I'm saying there. Here's going to be the contact. Let's slow it down here between these two. It's a little bit deeper on. Yeah, there it goes. I think Slater just tries to set up the outside line there, not quite knowing that Marvin Samayoa was there, and just moves right across the front lines. It'll be the bluey Toyota GR86 machine. Dr. Andrew Bound to the race lead. Dylan Bass still continues to run P2. Benjamin Forehand P3. Stone Colby P4. Brendan Birch, P5. And Nico Colby P6. Still no changes within the top 6 positions, but look at Nico trying to size something up here to turn 1. Nope, thinks better of it. It'll be Joe Rennie to P7. That's 3 spots to the good since those the drop of the green flag tonight. It's Josh Hunter. He's having himself a nice night tonight as well, running in 8th position. It's Amethyst Reese and Jake Steckler. There you go. That's the top 10. Also, some nice battles here between that second back, respectfully. It's Ali Xe as well as Michael Tenegretta. Slater Colby is in here within this gaggle of cars as well, trying to methodically make his way up these passes work here, not opting to shove it down the inside. Pause. Slater Colby, he's got that racecraft available up and out about him. He's got that's all Slater has to do is just get that big old red Toyota GR86 machine up in that rear view mirror there. Contact with Michael Tenegretta as he after he gets Michael looking up and into his rear view mirror. Slater Colby with a little bit of brotherly shove there at him after. That's going to be Marvin Samayoa joined that battle. There's so many. I need Nuthosaurus up here in the booth. Marvin joins that battle as well as Andreas Raffena goes a little bit off the pace. Slater Colby around the outside line there. That's another position gained in just about 30 to 45 seconds for that Apex Motor Club Toyota GR86 machine. There you see Slater Colby gonna have to give 1, got him 2, got him 3, got him 4, got him. We're gonna go auction mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 positions back here for Slater Colby. Unfortunately, after cutting the track, has to give that time back. We're only 8 minutes down here to this 45-minute sprint. We have that competition caution at or around 20th minute of the race. Let's treat you guys and gals to some sights and sounds out there in YouTube land. Let's go crank it up. My name's Sean Stam. I'll be right back with you up here in the booth. Crank this back down. It's a little rapido. Crank it up in the booth as battle for the race lead starts to heat up once again. It'll be Dylan Bass who tried that inside line on Andrew Bound, but wasn't quite able to get that throttle pedal down. The mystery machine is looking for some more clues as far as maybe race line out there as far as passing opportunities as well. We'll make our way up into the snake section here, and then we'll snake our way towards roller coaster section. It's just like this here, except with a little bit more elevation. Brandon, oh no, Benjamin Forehand in the Scott Adams Driver Development Toyota GR86 machine. He has gone around. They were going to take a quick race replay at, I believe it was Michael Tenegretta's incident right before this there, after he had contact, and then we'll take a look there at Benjamin Forehand's heavy look in that outside wall. Just a slight off track there for Michael Tenegretta. He lives to fight another day. And then here's the leaning on each other there. Nico Colby, that as well as Benjamin Forehand going at it here. This is going entrance into the snake section there. I don't think there was any contact there as you just start to see that number 35 lose it down there on entry. Oh man, that's pretty detrimental damage. It is going to quickly fix itself right back up there for Benjamin Forehand. He'll get that Toyota GR86 here back out on track. Back out here to the race lead. There's only about there's probably about 10 minutes left here to go until that competition caution. Still Dylan Bass running P2. Stone Colby still runs P3. Nico Colby now up to P4. Brendan Birch to P5. Slater Colby still in some more battles of his own. I'm watching live at timing and scorings. We're going to continue to kind of single file snake our way up and into turns 1 this time by. And I apologize that the cranking up was a little bit short-lived because we see exactly what we're seeing now. Dylan Basie uses that slipstream. He uses that draft right up and into turn 1, tries to set up that outside line once again. That's going to warrant its way keeping the outside line, and you're bound in that bluey Toyota GR86 machine has the inside. That allows that allows Stone Colby to find his way into the inside line after Dylan Bass has no chance up there, but he has to leave the door open. Stone Colby, he was there on corner exit, but not able to find that throttle pedal. He's not able to apply it a little bit smooth as he's like. Stone continued to run in that P3 to P4, now P4. It is P3 now. Nico Colby's P4, trying to get that final driver interview position. We'll work our way back up through Snake section into heading towards the oak tree that no longer lives here, unfortunately. So it's an Andrew bound trying to hold them all off into the corner of oak tree tonight. Side by side between P2 and P3. We'll settle it back down to single file running. Stone Colby drops back to P3. Nico still sits P4. But how about Josh Hunter still within this battle of cars up here? Look at the track map there. There is between top about 6 to 7 to 8 drivers. Amethyst Reese still tagging on there on that last car here from that lead pack. Then we're gonna have Jake Steckler leading Benjamin Florence, Warren Johnson, Ali Exe, Marvin Samayoa, Andreas Profana, pretty much the whole rest of the pack there. That's gonna be a little bit slower down the Isn't So Straight. Marvin Samayoa, Andreas Profana, they're gonna look side by side. Who's deeper on the braking zone there is it looks like Ali Exe is going to try that inside line. Whoa, look at Andreas Profana trying to make something happen late into corner entrance. Marvin, he's up there on the outside line. At least it transitions its way. Excuse me, it's going to stick around to the outside. Still up in there, down and around. Is he able to hold it? Yes, there's the transition back to the inside. Out of turn 17, making our way on that start-finish straight. Samayoa somehow continuing to battle there with Andreas Profana. Slater Colby starting to join this battle out as well. Still, I'll be honest, we're kind of missing some good battles up there in the front of the pack, but we're going to continue to hang out here with this Marvin Hater battle between Marvin and Andreas Profana. Not only did Marvin just use the inside line up through turns 1 and 2 there, but that's going to be one of our most preferred passing zones of the race tonight. Look at Slater Colby. He's going to try to make the inside line happen over Andreas Profana, the Dynaco Stam Studio Network machine. That Apex Motor Club number 25 makes the inside line work there. He is door quarter clear up to P13 for Slater. All right, apologies for it here. We'll get back into the race lead after Andrew Bounce continues to try and stretch those legs, but not quite able to do just that. Now only 2.5 tenths separate our front 1 to 2 drivers. Nico Colby, let's hop on board that Apex Motor Club machine. I love watching Nico's hands go to work. He saws on that wheel, I think, more than any other driver that I've seen. Well, now it's going to look there just a little bit more straight after a little bit of a tap on the brakes there for Stone Colby up in front of Nico. That's going to really set up that nose to that rear bumper contact there, setting up that slipstream, setting up that draft here between the two brothers. They're doing it right now with that Slater, trying to reel in Dr. Andrew Bound for that race lead. The gap cuts down to about 0.2 of a second once again. Here, looking at the back bumper of Josh Hunter, who runs P5. That'll be Joe Rainey right there behind him, P6. There's slight gap starting to form there. Jake Steckler, as well as Benjamin Forehand going out there. Benjamin Forehand turned into a lawnmower, 4 tires off the racetrack. He's going to have to regroup and rearm that Toyota GR86 machine, but not so fast, my friend, it says the Verus Engineering, number 24 of Warren Johnson. Warren Johnson, let's hear it for the man down in YouTube land below. He's at 5 spots to the good right now, trying to make it at least one more until 5 minutes time. That competition caution flag is going to wave itself loud and proud. Warren Johnson down and around the inside line of Benjamin Forehand. He is door quarter clear, that number 24 up to P10. Nice start to the race. Will Warren Johnson have what it takes to be able to finish this one off there? Also going into turns 1, it's Ali Exe as well as Michael Tenegretta, Colton Juarez. It's Igor Reitzkov right there as well joining this battle. Some gaps starting to open themselves up there. There's only 4 minutes to go to that competition yellow. Let's I was about to do it again, but there's no way. With Stone Colby starting to hound that rear bumper of our race leader, there's a little bit more than 1/10 of a second that separate the two. Look at Stone Colby get right back on the gas around the outside line. He was going to try it up there, or will he try to set up the inside with a crossover? Neither will work. Andrew Bound with some textbook, some immaculate defense there. He's going to continue to hold off Stone Colby. Nico Colby, Dylan Baste only drops to P4 after starting up their P2 of the race. This number 57 out of Skidmark Sim Racing still has that pace and racecraft up underneath him to find himself towards that top 3 driver interview position. Stone Colby, he's going to try that inside line this time by Nico Colby, going to follow in suit there as we make our way up and through the 4th section we go. Stone Colby, the purple people leader, is off the track right when we made our way up and through the trees. Here's going to be the contact for the race lead. Andrew, oh man, it wasn't even that much. It was just a kiss that sent the number 52 off the track. Andrew, right now, he's got one less car to worry about up until Stone is able to work his way back up and into the top 3. We've not only seen it once, we've not only seen it twice, but I think it's been thrice. Stone Colby drops back to P5. Here comes Nico Colby down and around the inside line. This is a nice passing opportunity up through turns 1, 2, but then when we make our way through NASCAR Bend, you're going to be up on the outside line of the track, and that's going to present Andrew Bound there another nice passing opportunity. Already set him up for it. That number 651 toward a GR86 machine. Bluey back to the race lead after Nico Colby just steals it there for just a brief moment time. Start to see that slipstream and draft start to play a factor here. Nico Colby going to try to shortcut the corner as much as he can there. Not sure how he's not getting a slow down penalty. Barely keeping those right side tires up and on those 3D rendered rumble strips. That Apex Motor Club machine of Nico Colby tried to find something happening there. Tried to catch Andrew Bound sleeping. Not going to be that easy, says Andrew Bound. Going to continue to re-rack him and restack him out there on corner exits. Andrew Bound finds that throttle pedal, drops a gear, and disappears off the is so straight, heading in towards roller coaster section. Why do they call it roller coaster section? I'm glad you asked. Let's hop on board here with Joe Rainey as we'll make our way. It's slowly creeping up. It's our moment. Here comes Nico Colby back to the race lead. I think we're going to have to jump back on board with that as they continue to bump and bang going into the corner there. Joe Rainey, he has his popcorn bucket out as he has that battle right up and only 4 to 5 positions up in front of him. Still door to door coming out of turns 16 and 17. This should be towards the white flag lap. Nico Colby to the race lead. White flag lap until our competition caution waves next lap by. What a pass for that Apex Motor Club machine. He's got Jeremy Fletcher racing on that right rear quarter panel as well as that left rear quarter panel. Nico Colby, he's looking like he's Jeremy out up front. It'll still be side by side though after Andrew Bound tries to set up the outside. Gets Nico Colby, tries to catch him lacking into turns 1 and 2. It's deja vu from the very last lap, but these drivers were switched on positions. And the Andrew Bound there's close enough to find that inside line there, up and out through NASCAR Bend, but here comes Nico Colby back and around the inside. There's going to be contact there between the two. They'll beat, they'll bang. Andrew Bound back out to the race lead. Through snake section that we make ourselves. Look at Dylan Baste. Go, go, go. Josh Hunter's up to P4. Stone Colby, unfortunately, still sits P5. Not able to slot his way a little bit closer towards the front of the pack after his slip and slide. Joe Rainey out of Rainey Homes Racing. Brandon Birch out of Apex Motor Club. And Amethyst Reese out of Crystal Gems. Top 8 drivers still. They're still only separated by less than half of a second for each one of them. After we'll make our way towards our start, this This is going to be the long straight here tonight. These drivers, keep an eye on what's about to happen right here, right now, because after this lap, that should be the yellow flag. So right now, you're going to see these drivers start to play with each other a little bit. Pause. You're going to see who is able to make what's happen here, coming towards the checkered flag for the stage win. And Andrew Bound, Nico Colby, they're going to continue to side draft each other down the is so straight. Nico Colby with just a slight bit of a gap to the race, excuse me, a nose to the race lead, but he's going to work that outside line. Andrew Bound has the inside line. Nico Colby going off track. He's going to, that's going to warrant a slowdown penalty for Nico Colby. Andrew Bound back out to the race lead. There's Dylan Bass still holding off Josh Hunter. Stone Colby still has P5 up here. We should be throwing that caution at this lap by. God, what a pass back to the race lead there for Andrew Bound. As then there, now you see it up there live in timing and scoring. We're going to get these drivers slowed and load all back down. We got to take another look at there. Nico Colby going off the track to try and, I mean, there was contact. I don't know if you'd call that contact. It was leaning on each other coming out of turns. I think that was 16 headed towards 17 there. Nico Colby, left side tires off the racetrack. There's no grip out there in the grass. Got to have those 4 on the asphalt to do that. It'll be Nico who finishes P2. It'll be Andrew Bound who takes away the stage win. Dylan Bass finishes P3. All right, I'll take you through the field real quick, brought to you by, hang on, let's wait for it here. I'll take you through the field real quick, brought to you by, it's another Kane Coaching. Zane will definitely find you time if you're looking for it down there in iRacing land. Andrew Bound, I don't think he needs any Zane coaching, but, or excuse me, any Con coaching, but 2 through 21, it'll be Nico Colby, Dylan Bass in that mystery machine. Nice start to the race. Will he have a nice restart as well? It'll be Josh Hunter, Stone Colby, Joe Rainey. That's the top 6 drivers tonight. Brendan Birch. How about Brendan's season? Brendan came into the race sitting 4th in our point standings, right behind Slater, who sits P3. Once again, if you're just now joining us, Andrew, Slater, and Stone, as far as our point standings go, they're all guaranteed podium spots if they just don't finish with a race penalty here tonight. It'll be Amethyst Reese, Benjamin Forehand, Jake Steckler, who round out 8th, 9th, and 10th position. How about Slater Colby, who fell back a little bit earlier on, about, what was that, lap 1 of the race. Slater Colby on that Apex Motor Club number 25 machine, all the way up to P11. Andreas Profana, the Italian, who runs P12. Marvin Samayo on P13. Warren Johnson is our league owner, who runs P14. Colton Juarez P15. Aliaxe Andrew P16. Michael Tenegretta, Igor Reitzkov, Glenn Bratton, Jason Holcomb, and Darren Colby, rounding out our 21, count them, 21 driver grid. Well, we just have a quick, brief moment. Those of you that don't know about it just yet, well, we got our better half dash here the night before Valentine's Day. It's mini stocks at Charlotte Oval. There's already about 8 to 9 better halves registered here in for this one. If you haven't here just yet, make sure you hit up my Discord, Instagram, whatever you need to get there just a little bit more information and get your better half / spouse / whoever it might be. Registered in for this one. It's going to be fun because basically what I'm trying to do here is you know, the ladies who have been rooting us on there from back and behind the scenes in YouTube land, we're going to get them a chance out here to compete in a better half dash. And if it goes all well, who knows? Maybe we'll get a road course next time instead of just Charlotte Oval. Make sure that you contact me with there, and as well as get your drivers registered for the better half dash. Darren, I have sent you a league invite up there. That's going to be so much fun with your better half. Hopefully keep putting on a show and keeping us on our toes down there in YouTube land. I've also sent out league invites to the other drivers that have registered their better half. So make sure that you got that ready to go down up in YouTube land below. In just under a month's time, I've already started training the heck out of Terry, out of my mom up there in real life. Well, I guess it's sim racing land, I guess you'd call it there. Terry is ready to rock and roll from, oh my God, look at Andrew Bound. He's going to form the drifted out the corner. Oh my days, days, days. Well, all right, the lights are out on that iRacing safety pace car, so safety about to be out of the window. We're gonna get him re-racked, restacked. It'll be Andrew Bound who's gonna lead us to that. I don't know if he's got just so much rear brake bias in, or excuse me, front brake bias in it, or what there. Andrew, look at it go! Oh no! That the rear end came out there on him just a little bit too much. There's going to be a little contact, but it's okay. That's we have fast repairs here tonight, West Coast Sim Racing. Andrew Bound should make his way back up and into the front of the pack. After this long pace lap finishes up here, well, actually two of them from this 3.2 mile, 17 turn road course out here. It's going to be fun to watch who can say what they can't be done out here on this race restart. I can remember back there when GR86 was testing their Le Mans NASCAR that they would come out here to Virginia International Raceway on dry days, on wet nights. They would try to do anything that they can to gain just a little bit more knowledge about the car and setup alike. Well, right now, with it being penultimate round here, I don't know how I'm about to combine these two. I'm going to try it. Right now, with it being penultimate round here in West Coast Sim Racing, for this GR86 class. Right now, these drivers are fine-tuning. They're finessing each and every single one of these corners, as well as the top three. Remember, Andrew, Slater, and Stone, all guaranteed podium positions if no penalties given within these last two races. So it's a little bit different agenda between different drivers here tonight. Say like Dylan Baste, who started up there P2, definitely has the speed. He has the racecraft and pace to possibly find himself up here within top three driver interview positions. Stone Colby, he's going to race restart here within fifth position. He's going to have Joe Rennie and Brendan Birch right there behind him. Joe Rennie, he's already up 4 spots to the good. He's our third to highest mover, not on the Benjamin, but on spots tonight. Our biggest mover will be Josh Hunter, and that number 81 after he takes the off-track chicane. They're going to get right back into racing line. We're going to get them re-racked. We're going to get them restacked. That iRacing safety Porsche pace car going to make its way down and off of the racetrack out of here after roller coaster section. You'll see all these drivers weaving. You see them jeebing and you see them driving. These newer released Toyota GR86, these revamped cars here within the sim. There's a reason they call it a sim. It's laser scanned tracks. It's laser scanned cars. It's simulated conditions that cannot be beat here within the iRacing sim racing community. That's why you see that's weaving, jeeving, and jiving, trying to keep temperature, trying to keep pressure in these. No, wait a minute. I think they're General Tires in these Toyota GR86 machines. You're going to see that iRacing safety pace car make its way down and into the safety of pit lane. Let's get this race fired right back up here on Stam Studio Network. It's our penultimate round of the GR86 series live here tonight. Sean Stam producing, directing, commentating the show. It's Andrew Bound who finds that throttle pedal a little bit more friendlier than the rest of the pack. They're running away with them back here into turn one. Here comes Nico Colby up to P2. It'll be Dylan Baste, Josh Hunter. Here they go, side by side, 3 to 4 to 5 rows back. Dylan Baste solidifies P3 for the time being. Josh Hunter is still right up in there with him within that student driver paint scheme. Still side by side battles there. Slater Colby trying to make his way through the field. Even more contact with Benjamin forehand there. Slater's going to try that inside line. Not quite clear there just yet as we make our way up and through the trees once again. It's still Andrew Bound out there out at the front of the pack, leading Nico Colby. Dylan Baste runs P3, Josh Hunter P4, and Brendan Birch with a little bit of a slowdown penalty there. He's going to have to give back that time gained. I saw Marvin Samayoa slower on the racetrack, faced the wrong way, and it looks like he drops down to P20. Still up between first, second, and third. Right now, Nico Colby trying to make, oh no, he's trying to he's trying to avoid the contact with a very late race move into the corner exit. That Apex Motor Club GR86 machine finds his way down and around the inside, clears himself on corner exit. Nico Colby to the race lead. I didn't see it coming. I definitely don't think Andrew Bound saw that one coming either. Dylan Baste, Josh Hunter, Stone Colby still runs third, fourth, and fifth. We'll make our way down the elevation hungry straightaway, heading up and into roller coaster bend here. Andrew Bound still with the race lead, playing that defensive line, Andrew Bound back to the race lead, playing the defensive line, which it's into the inside line, up and into the corner, and back and around the outside. They'll switch themselves there. Nico Colby takes back the race lead. Andrew Bound P2, Dylan Bass P3. All right, well, right now, Nico Colby, he has to play the most immaculate defense that he has ever tried here within this season. I don't think he's up there battling within the top 3 driver positions for points. Nico came into the race here P5 within the point standings, so definitely still trying to make at least a little something happen now that he's got that inside line as well. Andrew Bound trying to make it all happen on the outside line. There's less speed, there's less grip, there's less momentum out there. After Andrew Bound, he tries to switch it back up there, back and around the inside, back and around the outside. He goes. Still, these drivers separated by less than 1/10 of a second up here for the race lead. Oh, there might be a little bit more contact there as Andrew Bound gets deep into the corner. Maybe didn't quite expect Nico Colby to break so late there. Andrew Bound able to regroup, rearm himself back up to P2. Dylan Bass, Josh Hunter. Then there's Brandon Burge here, still sitting up in the top 5 positions. Let's hop on board that virtual driver IR cam here for Brandon. There you saw it, it's about as straight as a line as he could have possibly kept it out there through the S's section. That did allow Brendan Burge to close that gap up to Josh Hunter for P4, that position right outside of the final driver interview spot there, but not close enough to make it happen. Stone Colby still sits P6, Benjamin Foran P7, Joe Rennie falls back to P8, Slater Colby P9, Jake Steckler P10. On the XA, Andrew and Michael Tenegretta going on the air for 11th and 12th. It'll be door-to-door racing back up through roller coaster section we go. Who gives there just a little bit way? It's going to be on the XA, who's deeper, he's on the inside line. Is he deeper on into the brakes? No, it's actually going to be Michael Tenegretta who's a little deeper on the brakes there. Tenegretta back up to P11 after AliXA tries to make that outside line work there. He's going to have to regroup and rearm. What just happened? What did we miss? Josh Hunter to the race lead. How in the world? Here's a quick race replay of it there. Oh no, Andrew Bound, no, has contact with Nico Colby. No, man, of course, the one time I'm looking out there, 10th, 11th, and 12th. It'll be contact between the 2 race leaders. Back up to live racing action here as Josh Hunter finds himself to the race lead, but not for long. Andrew Bound says, I'm right back up here, down and around the inside, trying to find this race lead back up and with him. It's the 651 versus the number 81. Andrew Bound through the inside says, thank you very much. That Bluey machine back up to the race lead. Dylan Bass kind of follows in suit there. Nico Colby with more contact. Nico's going to go off the track. 4 tires on and off of the asphalt. Oh no, he spins it the wrong way. That number 16 Apex Motor Club machine is down and out of race winning contention. We'll get back up to the battle for the race lead. Andrew Bound leads Dylan Bass, who leads Josh Hunter. Josh Hunter led last lap by across the start and finish stripe, but unfortunately that's how fast things can happen in Toyota Cup Car racing. It's now a half of a second to separate 1 and 2, a little bit more than half of a second to separate 2 and 3, and then now we're gonna have still Brandon Burge, Stone Colby, and Slater Colby running 4th, 5th, and 6th. 22 viewers down there live in YouTube land. I couldn't thank each and every single one of you enough if I had tried my hardest. Andrew Bound, you're still watching him take it away to the pack. Dylan Bass runs P2 in the Mystery Machine. That's right about where he qualified. So we know that Dylan, he's got the pace. I was about to say single part pace, but within this multi-car qualifying, you'll definitely still see that slipstream and draft play a factor after Slater Colby goes Mach 4 into corner exit. Hard contact without outside tire barrier there. You'll see it buff itself right back out. I know Slater wishes that was a thing in real life racing. That number 25 Mazda MX-5 Cup car, that's going to take out Slater's win contention here tonight. Here's a quick race replay at how it happened. No contact with another driver. I just think he's trying to push with all of his might, this Slater Colby. And then there's the very, very heavy contact there with that outside tire barrier. One more look at it. He's got Joe Rennie all over that rear bumper. We might have to take one more look. I apologize there for it. Was there contact there between Joe and Slater? definitely all over that rear bumper there. You saw Joe's brake lights come on before Slater's, but I think Slater may have just got off the gas a little bit unexpectedly there and got that brotherly shove going into the corner from Joe Rainey's front bumper there. Didn't quite mean for it to happen, but unfortunately it did. Back within these last 10 minutes go, up to the race lead we go. Still only 4/10 of a second between Dylan Bass and Andrew Bound battles for the race lead. Look at Josh Hunter go, that student driver Toyota GR86 machine, all the way back up to P3. He's flirting with that final driver interview position tonight. We've not only seen, not only tonight, not only within our last race, but I think it's been the whole Toyota GR86 West Coast Sim Racing season that Josh Hunter, he has showed us the consistency, showed us that pace. He showed us how to make he showed us how to make some passes out there work as well in that number 81 machine. They're going to start to snake their way back across the Is So Straight, heading towards roller coaster section as far as turn 16 and 17, the final turns on the track after that. Okay, this is starting to get good. There's only 4 minutes left to go in the race. There's still less than 1/10 of a second separating our first and second drivers. Back up through the trees, we find ourselves here, and back onto the racetrack. Here come the drivers. It's Andrew Bound starting to play that defensive line there. I say starting, but he has continued to play the defensive line there. Dylan Bass just trying to do everything that he can to find some sort of passing opportunity happen here with 4 minutes left to go on the race. Lap time's about to the 2-minute range. We're about the 2 to 3 lap to go mark here. Dylan Bass gets a nice slipstream run out there going into turn 1. He's going to shoot himself down around the outside line. It'll be side by side. It'll be quarter to quarter between these front two drivers there. Andrew Bound runs Dylan Bass there just a little bit wide up into turns 1 and 2, and that allows Josh Hunter to join this battle up for the race lead. Josh, he doesn't quite have that preferred racing line. He's going to have to drop a gear and disappear out here on corner exit, as well as start to play that defense over Brendan Birch. Brendan Birch came into the race P4 in our point standings. Will he do what they say can't be done? And that's past one of these very, very hard drivers to pass. Not only Josh Hunter, who's now worked himself up and into P2, but our race leader, it's Andrew Bound. I see quite a big incident down there, live in timings and scorings, but we're going to have to wait for it. I know Glenn Bratton, Colton Juarez were both involved in it there. I still want to keep up out here at this battle for the race lead because it's only between I think 4 to 5 drivers here at this point. I know I made that mistake before. I said Stone Colby, who was running in P5. I thought I called him out of it one race. As a matter of fact, I did. But right now, with this slipstream and draft capabilities of this Toyota GR86 Tough car, I still think up within these top 5 drivers, any single one of them can do what they say can't be done tonight, and that is take home this race win away from VIR in our inaugural race here tonight before our championship run next week. Andrew Bound, Josh Hunter, Brandon Birch. Then there's Stone Colby running P5. Dylan Bass still runs P4. Kind of meat of the sandwich up there between Brandon Birch has him up in front of him and Stone Colby has him right there behind him. Last, I think I misspoke. There's the 38-minute mark there on the clock. I keep thinking it's 40 minutes for some reason. So there's going to be about 3 to 4 more laps to go here tonight, with lap times ranging in the 2 minute 3 second range. So more bump drafting happening there across the start-finish line. Looking at the last lap times between our two race leaders, it's back and forth. It's back and forth. Say it with me, ladies and gents. It's cat and mouse. Action out there happening between Bound and Hunter. 13-14. Faster is Josh Hunter. 15 faster is Andrew Bound by almost a whole second. But look at 16 and 17. Josh Hunter still right back up to that rear bumper. Battle for the race lead. We got RXAN, oh God, I can't say the YouTube name there, but with 30 viewers live in YouTube land, thank you all so much for coming down there and supporting us on Sam Studio Network. My name's Sean Sam, producing, directing, commentating the show here tonight. They're saying Andrew Bound might be a feared driver. Oh, I am right there with you. Andrew Bound, he is more than feared right now. They're going to try to do each and every single thing that they can here to take away this race win from Andrew Bound. Remember, Andrew, Slater, Stone, they're all guaranteed podium positions in the point standings if they find themselves out here tonight with no race penalties. Andrew Bound, he's just trying to keep it cool, calm, and clean and collected out there out up front after still trying to run away from Josh Hunter, Brendan Birch, Dylan Bass, Stone Colby up there, still within third, fourth, and fifth. They're in a little bit of a slipstream and draft kind of gaggle of their own here. They're also starting to continue to reel in that battle between P1 and P2. Brendan Birch closes that gap, but this is going to really, going to compromise that there as Dylan Bass finds himself down around the inside. I think Brendan Birch just has to get the point by there, so these drivers both don't lose a little bit more time than they were wanting to there. It's Dylan Bass back up to P3 out of Skidmark Sim Racing. Now with 5 minutes left to go in the race, lap times ranging at the 2.03 range. We should see about the 2 to 3 lap to go mark out there after Barney the Flagman is keeping it. He's keeping us on our toes up there tonight in the live timings and scorings booth. It's still up here between the top first 5 battles. Really quick though. I just saw this live in timing and scorings. It's going to be side by side. Amethyst Reese, Michael Tenegretta going up here into turn 1. Not missing anything out there out up front. Michael Tenegretta tried to find the outside there as Amethyst Reese tries to set up the inside over Ali Axe Andrew Yu there. Not able to make that happen. That's 10th, 11th, and 12th battles all still going at it here. Andreas Profena and the Dynaco Toyota GR86 machine on Warren Johnson ranked 13th and 14th. Igor Reitzkov right there running in 15th as well. Once again, battles still all over this racetrack. 41 minutes into the race. Back up to the race lead with only 4 minutes to go. It's Josh Hunter trying to reel. Josh Hunter has thrown his fishing bait out there right now. He's slowly reeling it in. I think he sees that bobber bobbing as Andrew Bound there starting to kind of tug there on that fishing line. I don't know. Josh Hunter's reeling in that battle for the race lead. Dylan Bass has his popcorn bucket out here between the two. Let's look back up on that back bumper of our driver who's leaving the race camera. It's Andrew Bound. Here comes that big old slipstream and draft for Josh Hunter. We're up in the engine bay of this Toyota GR86. Get out of there. What are we doing? It's slipstream. It's draft action happening here from VIR for what should be the second to third final time tonight, heading up and through roller coaster section. Andrew Bound still up to the race lead. Josh Hunter P2. Dylan Bass, he's still basing it up there in a P3 in the mystery machine. It's still a 3 to 5 car breakaway out here up front. Brendan Birch, Stone Colby, and then Benjamin Forehands lead a 3-car breakaway coming back down the hill here out now, heading around turn 17. There's 42 minutes to go out of this 45-minute race. Should be 2 laps to go. Andrew Bound, Josh Hunter still separated by a little bit over this time, a tenth of a second between the two. Does Josh Hunter try to find that inside line out there? No, he tries it, but not close enough to make it happen. Josh Hunter tried. He's going to compromise that corner entrance there. Lose a little bit on corner exit, trying to carry a little bit more speed and momentum out there throughout the corner. Dylan Bass, will he get a little bit closer here? Let's hop on board the Dylan Bass mystery machine. You got to be careful. You got to be methodical with your passes here from Virginia International Raceway. We have seen it not once, not twice, but I think thrice here tonight. If you're a little bit wonky, a little bit careless on that passing zone there, you can definitely, instead of make a pass happen, you can lose 1 to 2 to 3 positions. Andrew Bound leading this front 5-car, giggity, this Quagmire car is back up to the roller coaster section we go. With only 43 minutes of the clock, this is starting to get down to the nitty and the gritty. Andrew Bound not quite opting to play that defensive line there after he makes his way down and off turns. I think that's 14 heading towards 15 and 16. Will we see Barney the Flagman throw that white flag this time by? It's all dependent on when Andrew Bound makes his way across that start-finish line. With lap times ranging within the 2-minute times, you best believe that Barney the Flagman's about to throw this white flag loud and proud this time by. Dylan Bass is trying to make something happen there for P3, not able to do just that. It'll be Josh Hunter who plays that more defensive line there. He's going to compromise corner exit, but doing that, he doesn't allow Dylan Bass to get right to his inside / outside out there towards 14, 15, 16, and 17. This should be the final lap here tonight. You should be seeing Barney the Flagman wave this white flag loud and proud up in the, where is he at? It's the white flag lap tonight. It's Andrew Bound, Josh Hunter, Dylan Bass, Brandon Birch, and Stone Colby. There he is waving that white flag loud and proud. Andrew Bound comes down, leading the pack down there into 1 and 2. Does Josh Hunter, does Dylan Bass? Whoa, no. Brendan Birch, he has a contact there within that front nose of that Toyota GR86 machine. He falls back here to P5, keeping it moving, keeping it grooving. It's these last 3.2 miles, these last 15 turns now between our three race leaders. Josh Hunter was leading the pack there just a couple of laps ago. Andrew Bound says, no, not if I can help it. Back to the race lead. He finds himself there. Final lap here tonight. Andrew Bound up in front of Josh Hunter by just 0.2 of a second. Dylan Bass, Stone Colby still sitting up there 2.5 back behind this battle for the race lead. We'll make our way down into the S's section and then to our right-hander hairpin section. This is going to be a final 2 to 3 opportunities for Josh Hunter to make a move to happen for the race lead. Josh Hunter, he has tried lap after lap after lap, trying to make the inside, trying to make the outside. He just has to make something happen right here. He's trying it all. Andrew Bound continues to lead. Here we go, heading towards 14, 15, 16, and 17 for the final time tonight. Josh Hunter, he's going to get a huge run out there after Andrew Bound's Toyota GR86 continued to poke a massive hole in the air up in front of him. Here comes Josh Hunter. It's now just 1/10. It's now less than 10 separating the two. It'll be side by side up in roller coaster section for the final time tonight. Who's it gonna be? Josh Hunter, who's around the outside. Oh, Josh Hunter contact with Dylan Bass. Dylan Bass back up to P2. Josh Hunter goes off the track in our final section of corners tonight. That opens up the door for Andrew Bound. Final corner of the track as time expires on the clock. Andrew Bound with another race win in West Coast Sim Racing. Tonight he conquers Virginia International Raceway. It's Josh Hunter, Dylan Bass going side by side across the stripe. Who gets it done there? I think they're gonna call Josh Hunter for P2. Dylan Bass finishes P3. Stone Colby P4. Brandon Birch P5. It'll be Benjamin Florian, Slater Colby, Jake Steckler, Joe Rainey, and Ali XA Andrew P10. Congratulations here tonight for our one, for our only. It's Dr. Andrew Bound, who calls VIR as his own. What a race here tonight in YouTube land. Stick with us here on Stam Studio Network. I'm going to bring you those top 3 driver interviews as well as unofficial, official race results. Congratulations to Andrew Bound, Josh Hunter, Dylan Bass, the top 3. It'll be Stone Colby, Brendan Birch, Benjamin Florian, top 6. Slater Colby, Brenton Ohm back and into P7. Jake Steckler, P8. Ali XA Andrew, P9. And Joe Rainey, P10. Amethyst Reese, P11. Andreas Profana, P12. Warren Johnson, our wonderful league owner, P13 is Igor Retzkov, Colton Juarez, Glenn Bratton, Michael Tenegretta to round out the P17. Jason Holcomb, Nico Colby unfortunately finishes P19. Marvin Samayo unfortunately finishing P20, and also unfortunately for Darren Colby finishing P21. All right, those are the unofficial, official race results. I'm gonna magically teleport my way down there up and into drivers' top 3 victory lane. What a race it was here tonight is I believe we're gonna catch up here with, there we go, apologies there. As I believe we're gonna catch,
bump you there at the end, man, and kept weaving.
Andrew, holy guacamole, you got yourself a copy, man.
Hey, Sean, happy to be here. How you doing, sir?
Well, Andrew, yep, you're right. You know who it is up here, up in the booth after the race. So congratulations on your race win here tonight. But Andrew, this really wasn't easily said to be done here tonight. You had some company up there joining you up here in that leading position. What was going through your mind here tonight from this tough, this treacherous Virginia International Raceway?
This is impossible, man. Even if I would have pulled away, the straightaways, people were gaining like between 4 and 6/10 every straight, so it's just impossible. This is very much a draft-heavy track. I was trying to pick my line at turn 1. I was going back and forth if I want to be the outside on turn 1 or be the inside on turns 2 and 3, but I don't know. I ended up working out in my favor, thankfully, but a lot of strategy and defense in this race for sure.
Man, made the defense work there for you, Andrew. Congratulations once again on the race win. Before we let you get in, let you pop in that virtual champagne here tonight, I mean, who you dedicating another win in the West Coast Sim Racing League to?
Shout out to Warren for always hosting a good league. Good drivers coming out racing clean mostly. Sean, thanks for hosting a good stream. It's always a good time.
Hey, Andrew. Seriously, thank you so much there back behind the scenes. I couldn't be doing it out here without you putting on a show for the race fans. Congratulations on the race win tonight again, man.
Thanks, bud. Have a good night.
You as well there. It'll be this will be a fun one. It'll be Josh Hunter, I think, who takes away P2. Josh, goes through for copy, man.
Yeah, man, what's up?
Well, Josh, hey, unfortunately, bridesmaid position tonight, but after starting I think it was P9, working your way back all the way up to P2, leading a couple laps here tonight for VIR. What was your preparation looking like, Josh, coming into the race tonight?
I didn't have preparation. I got wrecked out of an IMSA race, so this is kind of the last minute thing. So I'm surprised I finished where I finished because I'm not good with this car.
Well, shoot, that's saying something there. And Josh, we're happy to have you join us out here in the virtual VIR here tonight. Congratulations on your P2. What car were you running there in IMSA before you got unfortunately taken out?
The BMW, which is a bad choice. It's an Aston Cup. I don't like using an Aston, so we'll figure something out.
Oh, I got you there, Josh. Well, hey, the ups and downs, the yins and yanks of iRacing racing here tonight. You'll find yourself back up to P2, at least in a broadcasted race. Josh, who you shouting out to? You dedicating this top 3 finish to here tonight, man?
You know, you and Warren as usual. Everyone that joins these leagues and makes it fun racing, and you know the people that like to cause wrecks and allow me to get past up to the front. That was pretty cool too.
Well said there, Josh. We appreciate the insight back behind the wheel, and hopefully you have a great rest of your night, man.
Thank you too.
Alrighty, we're gonna move down here to P3 tonight. It's the driver out of Middletown, Delaware. Dylan, you got yourself a copy, man.
Hey, how you doing, Sean?
Hey, Dylan, I'm doing pretty well here after a race here tonight. You gave us something to watch, gave us something to commentate on out as well. A little bit of contact on the side, but you'll keep it up here. P3, started P2. How did you find so much pace here tonight at VIR, man?
This is one of my favorite tracks. Being from the East Coast, you know, got to show you West Coasters how to race here. Unfortunately, I got a little tangled up with Josh there at the end, and I think Birch and I had some contact. So not the cleanest on my part, but I tried to keep it clean for the most part.
Hey, that's all good. You're gonna beat, you're gonna bang. It's Cup race now, too. We see that Mazda as well as in this Toyota GR class. In all seriousness, though, Dylan, congratulations on your P3 here tonight. It was a lot of fun to watch you in that mystery machine. Who are you kind of dedicating this top 3 here to?
To you, Sean, for having the awesome streams. Andrew for bringing me over into this cool league. He introduced us Skid Marks boys to West Coast, and then to my beautiful wife and my dog Kona, who is on the side of that mystery machine.
Dog looks cute there, at least on the door. I don't know about the rear quarter, but no, I'm just kidding. Congrats on
the Skid Mark special there.
Yeah, there you go. Real quick before we let you get going, Dylan, are you going to be racing with us in the Deuce and a Half here in I think about a week's time here for Skid Mark Sim Racing?
I think so, and I think I might be going for the BMW. I don't know if I want to jump into P3s and deal with that carnage. So I'll just be the slow traffic that everybody can go around.
Oh, boo, boo. No, I'm just kidding. The moving chicane, it'll be Dylan. No, I'm just... it'll be Dylan based within P3 here tonight, West Coast Sim Racing, and make sure you root him on there in our Deuce and a Half LMP3s and BMWs. Dylan, congrats on your P3 here tonight. We'll let you get going here, and I just thank you for putting on a show here once again for the race fans, man.
Thank you, Sean. Have a good one.
Hey, you do the same there, Dylan. Appreciate it, man. Do we have... Hey, of course we got the league owner. It's the one, it's the only. Mr. Warren Johnson, you got yourself a copy tonight.
I'm all right. Sean, how we doing?
Man, couldn't be better. One of the best to do it out here, West Coast Sim Racing. Warren, how was your race here tonight behind that Toyota GR86?
It was fun. I was having a great time. I was in the top 10, and then I got taken out. But so it goes. It's tough racing here, and I still had a good finish. So I think I ended up only losing like 3 spots by the end of the race. So nothing too bad, but that was fine. I mean, I gained 3 spots overall, I believe, and then I was up to P10 at some point. I think maybe P9. But whatever. It was still a fun race. I was having a good race with Andres, and really, me and him were just kind of racing the whole time. So it was fun.
A nice hybrid track here tonight, Warren. I appreciate you once again. I mean, car track combos, tough to beat here. VIR with these Toyota GR86s, you had that slipstream, had the draft, but those more technical corners as well. Do you think that you were able to close that gap here within the tighter technical corners, or was it just the slipstream and draft, or were you really able to help you find some speed?
The draft definitely helps here, but it's maintaining that draft and running with the person in front of you, like directly in front of you. You have to be really good at that to keep gaining spots here. Because if you're trying to keep peeking out at your braking zone, like if you don't really know like exactly where it is, like you're gonna lose time, like braking too early or whatever behind the person in front. So you really gotta work together as a team to get through the packs and stuff like that. But no, it was good. It was good racing. I just want to shout out the guys in Arizona. They're dealing with some treacherous freezing temps of 50 degrees down there. So I'm hoping they're doing okay. And to all those affected by this cold snap. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah.
As you started to say that, I was like looking out here with maybe 1 to 2 inches of ice/snow out there, and that's enough to shut down my university 1 to 2 days. But Warren, like you said, hopefully up there everybody in Arizona and California is safe up there with their 50 to 60 degrees.
Yeah, we're trying to hang in there, man. But no, if you'll see what I'm talking about if you go to the GR Cup chat. It was pretty funny today. Just scroll up to the beginning of the day. But no, we got a good last 3 races of the this season for both series. We got Sonoma next week for the championship round, and then we got Suzuka this Thursday, and then Mount Panorama the following week. So stay tuned for that. We got a tight championship here for both series, really. So yeah, stay tuned.
Hey, that's so appreciate it back behind the scenes, Warren. And still close battles up there within the point standing as well. Before I let you go in here tonight, though, is there anybody you'd like to kind of shout out here on this top 13 finish? Yeah,
the Apex guys for coming in week in, week out. Got everyone that races in the league, not just them, but everybody else that races with us. Thanks for participating and making this a great season. Hopefully you guys all come back. The viewers, you for broadcasting, of course, and see if we can work something out here, and then on to the next season. So thanks to everybody for watching, and I will see you Thursday.
Well said there, Warren. So much appreciated. Back that hard work back behind the scenes, as well as up in front of the scenes right here as well with that P13 finish tonight. Congratulations once again there to the top 3 runners. Hey, every driver who finished tonight, congratulations. Warren Johnson coming home with the P13. That's, I think, going to do it here tonight for me on Stam Studio Network. Appreciate each and every single one of you joining us out here tonight. Could not be doing it without the drivers putting on the show, as well as down there, each and every single one of you in YouTube land below. Sean Stam producing, directing, commentating the show here tonight. Make sure you stick with us here, as well as join us for Thursday night, another penultimate round of West Coast Sim Racing. Wednesday night, it'll be Mazda MX-5s at Sebring. Make sure you join us there, also live here on SSN. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your night. Until next time, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you next time.